Iran's mega attack on Israel. Is the Middle East on the brink of war? The Middle East is no stranger to tension, conflict, and geopolitical maneuvers. But recent developments have raised alarms over the potential for a large-scale confrontation between Iran and Israel. With warnings about a possible mega-attack from Iran on Israel circulating in international discourse, the specter of a new, devastating conflict in the region looms large. This article delves into the background, the recent triggers, and the potential consequences of such an attack, providing a comprehensive overview of what might lie ahead. The rivalry between Iran and Israel is deeply rooted in political, religious, and ideological differences. Since the Islamic Revolution of 1979, Iran has positioned itself as a staunch opponent of Israel, supporting various militant groups such as Hezbollah in Lebanon and Hamas in the Gaza Strip. Israel, on the other hand, perceives Iran's nuclear ambitions and regional influence as existential threats. Over the years, this animosity has manifested in proxy conflicts, cyber warfare, and clandestine operations, but a direct confrontation has so far been avoided. The current wave of tension can be traced back to the assassination of a key Palestinian leader, Ismail Haniyeh, the head of Hamas's political bureau. While the circumstances surrounding his death remain unclear, many in the region point fingers at Israel, which has a history of targeted killings against figures it deems as threats. Iran, a longtime supporter of Hamas, has vowed to avenge Haniyeh's death, and this has set the stage for potential escalation. Recent warnings from Iranian officials and affiliated groups have sparked fears of a large-scale attack on Israel. Some intelligence reports suggest that Iran might be planning a multi-front assault, possibly involving its proxies in Lebanon, Syria, and Gaza. The rhetoric from Tehran has been particularly harsh, with promises of a devastating response to Haniyeh's assassination. Israel, in turn, has ramped up its military readiness, conducting large-scale drills and bolstering its defenses in anticipation of an Iranian strike. The current wave of tension can be traced back to the assassination of a key Palestinian leader, Ismail Haniyeh, the head of Hamas's political bureau. While the circumstances surrounding his death remain unclear, many in the region point fingers at Israel, which has a history of targeted killings against figures it deems as threats. Iran, a longtime supporter of Hamas, has vowed to avenge Haniyeh's death, and this has set the stage for potential escalation. A direct conflict between Iran and Israel would have far-reaching implications, not just for the two countries involved, but for the entire Middle East and beyond. Such a confrontation could destabilize neighboring countries like Lebanon, Syria, and Iraq, all of which have strong ties to Iran and host various militant groups. It could also disrupt global oil markets, as the Strait of Hormuz, through which a significant portion of the world's oil passes, could become a flashpoint. The warnings of a potential mega-attack by Iran on Israel should not be taken lightly. The situation is highly volatile, and the risks of a devastating conflict are real. However, there is still hope that diplomatic efforts can prevail. The international community, particularly powers like the United States, Russia, and the European Union, must engage in active diplomacy to de-escalate the situation and prevent a catastrophic war. Both Iran and Israel must be urged to exercise restraint and seek peaceful solutions to their differences. The consequences of a direct confrontation would be dire, not just for the Middle East, but for the entire world. Now more than ever,
Subscribe for more content.